Sarah, what an amazing story. You got lots of shout outs in the chat about your slides. I don't know if you saw that. I'm just gonna quote this, and I'm gonna quote this as an author on a textbook. Don't tell anybody, but this moment of as if textbooks could make test scores go up. I mean, come on. I loved it. I loved it. Thank you for that. Thank you for reminding us that it is the human element that matters in this world. It is that connection to kids, to content that makes a difference. Sarah, beautiful. Take a breath. You're done. But we got more to come, friends. I'm excited to introduce to you guys Dr. Peter Eley, who is a professor of math education and interim department chair, who works with 9 other faculty members in the College of Education at Fayetteville State University, which is an HBCU in Fayetteville, North Carolina, just not too far north of me, my friend. He believes that math is important because it's a foundation for how to reason and think. Math logic aligns perfectly with our natural world. Therefore, if you master math, you have an opportunity to understand our world. That is incredible. Something you might not know about him. This man can play 4 different saxophones. I didn't even know there were 4 different saxophones, and he can play all of them. My friends, welcome Dr. Peter Eley.
Woo! Shut up.
How do we find the common denominator is a question that I have heard for many years. As a mathematician, we jump straight to factors and we automatically look for the common ones, the ones that stand out, the factors that are common among to us. What do you do when the answers are not trivial or expensive, when it causes you to dig deeper and think harder? When you do not have any common factors, you multiply them together and we create another category. We are only limited by the theories and properties, whether we are considering this as partitioning, equal sharing, or division of a simple fraction. Let us consider when theory meets practice. Peter and Dave are very different. While Peter is on the left looking like Anakin Skywalker from the Phantom Menace, you have Dave on the right who has this surprise that the possibility of dinner is happening tonight. In order for our worlds to collide and to have impact on each other, we must examine the possibilities of relationships existing. Take, for example, what does it take to be a kayak fisherman? Love to fish, own a kayak, disposable income, and a wife with a lot of understanding. When I saw Dave, I assumed a couple of things right away. He was a good fisherman because he won the tournament that we were at. He was a white man that was middle class, most likely a good job. But what I perceived that Dave saw in me was a person who was not accountable for his actions, and he questioned my existence in the space. Why was I participating in this white-dominated sport? But after spending some time communicating with each other, we found that we had more in common. We found that we had a common disdain for politics, we had awesome families, and that my wife gave birth to superheroes. However, realistically, we have different lives. He goes to his community and I go to mine. The truth of the matter is, it's lonely for both students and professionals of color. Being a minority in mathematics has its challenges. This is why we need teamwork, togetherness, organization, knowledge. This leads to ideas, learning, and building a network such as black fraternities and sororities have done. In the spirit of Black History Month, I could not pass on the moment to drop a jewel. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated started as a study group. In this network of men are the likes of Dr. Martin Luther King, Thurgood Marshall, Dr. William Tate, and math educator John Staley. Collaboration is critical to find the common denominator. Because of this goal, the divine 9 exists, which are Iota Phi Theta, Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, Phi Beta Sigma, and the women are Alpha Kappa Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, Zeta Phi Beta, and Sigma Gamma Rho sororities. We as teachers of mathematics professionals have the world's largest fraternity and sorority that we are participating in today. Use your network. Don't leave this conference and not have met at least one colleague from another state. We have to focus on the common denominator. We all have to deal with the effects of No Child Left Behind. The truth of the legislation is that the legislation has left behind tons of data with little to no analysis. We race to the top, and the stopwatch never stopped. Tick tock, tick tock, TikTok. We are now in a place in a world where parents are sincerely asking, can Johnny add? Can we go back to basics so I can help my child teach and learn? Can we still understand know and understand why, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, it's not a good option anymore. As we work through a time of attempting to do more with less, we find full well that we are doing less. The professor can't teach because we are not trained to teach. The professor's concern is the first 7 years of their existence on the hamster wheel of tenure. What happens is we implode from within. We allow the pressures to tell us what we are and who we are and how we should react. We forget about the morals, the lessons, and the values that have built the foundation of our character and the intensity of our resiliency gained through life experience. So what we find is that we are in a fight for the common denominator. We all want the same thing. It's common because we all need it. We all want it. And if we don't learn how to share it, none of us will have it. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up thou foundations of many generations, and there shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the paths to dwell in. Isaiah 58:12. We must understand our common denominators are the things, the work, just do it, relationships, I need you, you need me, period. Humanity is a proxy that binds us together. These are the common denominators of our lives, our work, our relationships, and our humanity. Thank you.